Last week, the Statue of Liberty had a new plaque created. It used to read, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge from your teeming shores. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." But this week, President Trump added, "But only if you are from Norway. We don't want the brown and black people from those shithole countries." And I apologize. I apologize to the founders of Windermere United Church. I am certain that they never imagined that the word shithole would be uttered publicly in the Oval Office or from this pulpit. But when the integrity of one of the world's most powerful offices is decimated by racism and white supremacy, then the Windermere pulpit cannot speak with integrity if it does not cry out against it. And if you are wondering why Canadians should care about a racist president, then you are probably white and sheltered from the kind of abuse that 11-year-old Kala Noman faced this week as she walked to school with her younger brother. This 6th grader was attacked with a pair of scissors by a man trying to cut off her headscarf in the street here in Toronto. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr.'s day. And this year we mark the 50th anniversary of his murder. And the last Christmas sermon that he ever gave at his beloved Ebenezer Church was recorded by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation as part of the Massey Lectures. "Now the judgment of God is upon us," King declared. "We must learn to live together as brothers, or we are all going to perish together as fools." Peace is not a utopian fantasy, but a social imperative. For every being, every human being, King said, is more than a tiny vagary of whirling electrons. We are children of God, caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny. Into the mocked and forgotten town of Nazareth, God poured light and hope for all people. Born into poverty, Jesus exposes our true poverty. Like Nathaniel, wondering if anything good can come from Nazareth, we all have our own prejudices. We wonder if anything good can come from that person we hate, from those people our parents talked badly about, from those countries we blame for their own circumstances. We are as quick to write people off as Nathaniel was, and to our disdain, Philip answers with the words, "Come and see, come and see." And just when we think we have finally defined who is our neighbor, Jesus stretches the boundaries of our hearts even further. For Jesus knew us so well. He lived our life. And even he was not free from prejudice and stereotypes. Early in his ministry in the region of Tyre, Jesus meets an immigrant woman. Syrophoenician by birth, who begs him for a healing. And he calls her a dog. And unfit for the food meant for the children of God. And she reminds him that the dogs under the table are deserving of the crumbs that the little children drop. Surprised by her answer, Jesus is awakened and begins a ministry that includes not only the Jews, but all people. Christ showed us the way, but preferring to live in darkness, we crucified him. But even at our worst, we could not stop the light from coming in. Easter, Dr. King reminds us, is an eternal reminder of the fact that the truth-crushed earth will rise again. Easter justifies Carlyle in saying, "No lie can live forever." The journey towards peace. In this journey towards peace, we have divine companionship. And we do not need to fear the darkness that lives in the Oval Office or the darkness that lives in us. When Adrian and I first planned this service today, Trump had not uttered his most recent hate-filled words in the direction of Haiti, El Salvador, and Africa. And yet, even as we read the gospel story, what stood out to us was the ease with which Nathanael denigrated his neighbors in Nazareth. And we wondered if it might be of spiritual value to look at where violence lives. For if we are honest, it lives, at least in part, in each one of us. And so we asked Michelle to put 2 blank pages into the bulletin. And I'm going to invite you, if you will, just to turn to those now. Maybe just to fold one on one side, one on the other. To grab a pencil. To keep them in your lap as we sing and move into the prayers of the people with our sung response. Now more than ever, we need to face the truth, beginning with our own hearts. So the invitation this morning, if you are up for it, is to take a moment to answer the question for yourself, can anything good come from? And on one of the blank pages, write down the name of the person, or the group of people, or the country that comes to your mind. Maybe it's a colleague who doesn't have the same work ethic that you do. Maybe it's your neighbor who puts tacks down at the edge of their lawn. Maybe it's the people whose sexual orientation you just don't understand. Maybe it's the religious or ethnic group you've been taught to be wary of. Can anything good come from them? In the love that cannot be killed, in the light that shines into our deepest personal darkness, you are invited to flip over to the other blank page, to write down the name of the person or the group you wrote on the other side. And after that name or group, write the words, "is a child of God," or the name of the group, and "are children of God." And perhaps you already have something positive you can write down about them in the next sentence. Something you know about them that is life-giving. And if not, simply write down something along the lines of, "God, into my ignorance shine your light and help me to see these people as you see them." Take some time looking at what you've written, the names of the people who are children of God. You may not feel a change right away, but the journey has begun in the asking. Easter morning, my friends, is coming, and we shall all one day sing as one. Amen.